an example of how the focus is literally a big ass like power in you, right? So when you're in school and you got a issue with taking tests, you telling yourself that over and over. And let's say you do your best to, I'm not gonna use the word try. You do your best to practice for the test, and you ended up taking the test, but your mind is telling you over and over that you don't feel comfortable taking tests. Like you're not gonna do good at the test because you don't feel comfortable taking tests, and something's wrong with you about you taking tests and being rushed and all this stuff, right? It's the focal point, right? That power that's there. Imagine that creation that you're doing right there. You're doing some beautiful creation at the same time. It's all going against you at the moment because your outcome you want is to pass the test, right? So you went against that. So you're not going to end up getting the score you desire because of the fact that your focal point, the creation at that moment, that power that you use at the moment, you used it more to doubt yourself and doubt the situation's outcome. So if the focal point is, I got this, and I'm going to do it, and you did practice, you know what I'm saying? You're going to end up excelling the best that you can at that moment. And it doesn't matter if you don't get an A plus and you get A minus or B plus, but you still did the best you can. You know what I'm saying? And that was the best you can at that moment. You can exercise your study skills on what works for you for the memory or whatever information you're trying to keep in for when time comes. With tests, you can test yourself. You can do things to help you take the anxiety away or whatever the focal point out of being rushed to take this test. Just knowing, using that focal point, oh, I know this, remember, I remember doing this. And then that telling your focal point, that power is being used at the moment. So it goes into like this compartment where you already have that information in store. You just have to grab which area in the compartment that you left that information to bring it out. Go ahead and take the test. It takes time. But if you don't pay attention in the time, you just keep training yourself. Repetition in the form of with good intentions, repetition in the form of bettering yourself, repetition in the form of going with the intentions that you only want to upgrade or elevate or just store this information to be able to get something better or what the outcome you desire to come out. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how it works. So you start off with that. And then there comes the frequency. When you already have that frequency involved, like I know it's going to be hard for the couple of times, but that's why you do the practice test. You have somebody time you, whatever. You do that, it feels comfortable for you. Like you feel more confident in doing it because you already done it, right? But there will be the thought that wants to come in saying, hey, this is not the same though. We're in this place. And they're the ones with the clock and testing us, right? So it brings a little insecurity where you have to, right, get that same voice that wants to bring doubt in, tell it, no, there's another way. There's another way. Like, we got this. I already tried this. Like, we already practiced this. And then when you're telling your mind that, you give your mind like at least a minute or a little bit more than that. Let's give it 5 minutes. But mostly a minute. But if you've been practicing, it's a minute. If you haven't been practicing like that, it takes about 5 minutes because your mind needs its focal point to be on that for the moment, for it to reach the information that it's trying to restrict from reaching to you, because the fact that your focal point is on a downside.